goes with purple.
Consequentially, under motion number 48, still under number 5, it could be corrected as well. Thank you.
Very well. Table, kindly acknowledge the corrections. We turn to page 21. Page 22. Page 23. Page 24. Page number 25. Page 26. Page 27. Page 28. Page number 29. Page 30. Page 31. Page 32. Page 33. Page 34. Page number 35. Page 36. Page 37. Page 38. Page 39. Page 40. Page 41. Page 42. Page 43. Page number 44. Page 45. Page 46. Yes, Honorable Member for Tamale South.
Madam Speaker, sorry to bring you back to 39. Madam Speaker, I see budget committee meeting. The paragraph 1 opening, third line, Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. I'm not aware that they have an earmark fund. The committee met on Monday, 24th March 2025 at 9:35 a.m. and considered the earmark funds for the Youth Employment Agency. Understandable. Ghana National Petroleum Corporation. I have a difficulty accepting that. Ghana Education Trust Fund, yes, earmark. Minerals Development Fund, earmark. So I want to find out how GMPC found its way here. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Is that the right position? Very well. So, table, kindly check with the committee, check on the record. If indeed what the minister is saying is right, then please acknowledge that correction. We turn to 43. Yes, my brother.
Mr. Speaker, thank you so much. Page 42, Roman numeral XX.
42.
Sorry to take you back.
Very well.
Roman numeral XXV. Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu. Bisiu is always double S. I see her name as always Bisiu. So it's BISS, but here it's captured as BIS.
Very well. So table, take note and acknowledge the corrections. 44, 45, page 45. My brother, can you put off the mic? Very well, thank you. Page 46. Page 47. Page 48. Page 49. Page 50. Page 51. Page number 52. Page 53. Page 54. Page 55. Page 56. Page 57. Page 58. Page 59. Page 60. Page 61. Page 62. And finally, page 63. Honorable members, in the absence of any further corrections, the votes and proceedings of Thursday, the 27th day of March 2025 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Honorable members, I have in my hands the 14th March 2025 edition of the official report. 14th March 2025 edition of the official report. I take it again, 14th March 2025 edition of the official report. Honorable members, in the absence of any corrections, the official report of 14th March 2025 is hereby adopted as the true records of proceedings. Honorable members, we will turn to item 6. Item 6, statements. Yes, leader.
Speaker, with respect, before we go on to item 6, may I suggest to the government front bench, in the spirit of ensuring that we pass the appropriation ASAP, should make an application to vary the order, and let's lay the appropriation bill 2025, then we'll revert back to item 6 quickly.
I think that is right. If the bill is the bill ready? Okay, so I think
Mr. Speaker, yet we are minded to lay the appropriation bill, but we want some further clarification. So in the interim, Mr. Speaker, may I pray that we go back to item number 6, statements. Take 2 urgent statements in respect of in commemoration of Ramadan, which is on Sunday, and then a very urgent matter in Woolensea. A very urgent matter. If we can take those 2 short statements, then we can proceed with the. Yes, I know that you have a statement from your side.
Very well. I have 3 statements.
Before then, you see, we had, Speaker, with respect, I thought we had some engagement at conclave, Speaker, and the understanding was that we will get our colleague to lay I don't know if there's a challenge, to lay the appropriation. You wanted to stand that down. Okay, it's fine.
Mr. Speaker, I provided some basis that we needed some clarification on some matter. Then we can lay that. But yes, I see that my brother, the minister responsible for foreign affairs, and it's ready. So, Speaker, my humble view is that we can get the 2 statements out of the way, so that when we get into a public business, we are not interrupted with statements. They are very important, commemorative. The Ramadan, which is on Sunday. Then our own colleague, I've just been told that our own colleague, Honorable Mrs. Dr. Helu, whose burial is tomorrow. So some commemoration in 2 weeks' time. Okay. And yes. No.
Speaker, I don't intend to let
commemoration in terms of Ramadan.
But you see, Speaker, we want to rise today.
So
let's do the public business. Let's finish. After the statement, they can come in. I beg you, let's do the public
Speaker,
business.
we'll take the statement.
Yes.
I will take the report
Yes.
from the Committee on Foreign Affairs.
So call the business item. Call the business. Call the business.
Thank you, Minority Leader.
Call the business.
Speaker, may I pray that we go straight to public business. Motion number 10. That's the Minister of Foreign Affairs.
Very well. Honorable members, I'll vary the order of business and indulge you to allow me to start public business. In course of time, we'll come back to the statement. So, honorable members, come with me to page 4. Page 4, item listed 10. Page 4, item listed 10. Let me invite the Minister for Foreign Affairs. Honorable Minister.
I'm grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with your leave, I rise to move motion number 10, that this Honorable House approves the sum of 1,486,199,771 Ghana cedis for the services of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the year ending 31st December 2025. In doing so, Mr. Speaker, I will humbly request that we do some reconciliation. Our committee's report is 1,486,199,771, but motion number 10, instead of 771, we have 777. So we would have to reconcile. I will probably suggest that since this came from the Ministry of Finance, we go with the committee's report so that what has been captured on the order paper will be corrected.
Honorable, can you take the correction again?
So it should be 1,487,199,771 199,771 Ghana cedis, and not 77, but 71. So if what's on the order paper, motion number 10 can be
So
corrected to align.
the change is supposed to be 1,487,000,000.
No, 486.
Okay.
199.
Okay.
Then 771, not 777.
Very well.
Yeah.
Very well. So we may
I'm
go on.
grateful, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I so move.
Thank you very much. The chairman of the committee.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion ably moved.
Chairman, hold on. I'm coming. Yes.
Speaker, with respect, I think this matter came up yesterday, and it keeps popping up. The inconsistencies in the figure advertised on the order paper, and then those carried by the report. It keeps rearing its head. Over the years, the practice has been that we are guided by the figure provided in the budget. I heard my minister saying he wants to go by the report because he believes that is what is coming from the Ministry of Finance. It's not entirely true. We have to make reference to what the budget quoted. So we should probably reference the budget and get the figure there. And then we can amend the motion on the order paper duly. Otherwise, we may not be able to put the question eventually. Same thing happened to the Judiciary yesterday.
Very well. Honorable Minority Leader, I've just been informed that the Minister of Finance has just brought another, should I say, information with regard to these small corrections that some of the ministers are making on the floor. So he will finish those information with us, and we use that to correct based on the statement on the budget.
Speaker. So is it the case that, Speaker, we cannot go by any of the two figures? We have to depend on the new one brought by the budget?
No, we can go on. We can go on. But what he is saying is that the finance minister himself has finished Parliament with some of these corrections. So I think it will settle the matter. Yes.
Speaker, I agree with you that we should take the reports. The figures can always be corrected,
Yes, we
but
take
the
it.
report needed to be taken procedurally.
No, we take it, but
Adopted,
it's important that he raise that issue.
Yes, I agree with
yes.
you. I agree with you.
So, Honorable Chairman, you may take the report now.
Thank you, Mr. Mr. Speaker. I'm sorry. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the Minister for Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration. Mr. Speaker, I urge the table office to capture the full report. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, your committee, having taken cognizance of the critical role played by the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration in enhancing Ghana's international image, promoting economic diplomacy, and contributing significantly to public awareness of Ghana's international rights and obligations, is of the considered view that the ministry be adequately resourced to effectively discharge its mandate in the 2025 financial year. Mr. Speaker, in light of the foregoing, the committee respectfully commends to the House to adopt its report and approve the sum of 1,486,199,771 Ghana cedis for the implementation of the programs and activities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration for the financial year ending 31st December 2025.
So very well. Honourable members, the motion has been moved by the minister and has been seconded by the chairman. The motion is now before the House for consideration.
Speaker, may we take 1-1, and leadership will yield. So we take 1-1, Mr. Speaker. Oh, but I have my brother Frank. This morning is a cool morning. It's a cool morning. Mr. Speaker, we'll do 1-1, and the leaders will conclude.
He said make an application.
Mr. Speaker, that's why I'm appealing to you. I'm applying. All I'm doing is to apply.
Yes.
He shouldn't be making a statement. He should make an application with deference to the chair. Speaker, we don't have too much business. In fact, we are told, we are reliably informed, we have 4 motions and then we are done. Foreign affairs is a very important. The Honorable Ablakwa wants to pick views from members so that he will ferry it to his ministry. Speaker, let's do 2, apart from leadership, 2 on each side, and then leadership will conclude.
Well.
3, that's fine.
Speaker, I yield.
Well. So you take 2, then I come to leadership. Yes, a member for Bosome Freho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the budget estimates for the Ministry for Foreign Affairs for the year 2025. Mr. Speaker, in doing so, I have some few comments to make. Mr. Speaker, number 1, I want to, on the basis of the report, commend the SWAL administration, particularly Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, for laying the foundation, setting the stage, and preparing the grounds to link the Ghana card to our passport, which have found huge expression, and it's a major project that the ministry is about to undertake, particularly this year, which have been captured in the estimates. Mr. Speaker, the next thing, which the committee also had some cause to seek for clearance, was the trade attaches that the ministry intends to deploy to all the missions across the world. Mr. Speaker, we had a serious consideration of the fact that the Ministry of Trade and Industry has a huge policy statement of assigning trade attaches to the various missions. So we raise a point of if the Ministry of Trade is assigning trade attaches to the various missions, it should not also be a cost for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to bear or to bone. Mr. Speaker, so that must also be taken into consideration. The next thing, Mr. Speaker, is the issue of release of goods and services and capers to the missions. We urge the ministry that when the budget is approved, it should do and make sure that the goods and services capers for the missions is duly released to them. Mr. Speaker, another thing that we raised and spoke about is the Accra International Conference Center. Last year, approval was given for proper structuring of the Accra International Conference Center. Mr. Speaker, there have been budget proposals and estimations of even using the Accra International Conference Center to raise additional revenue when the initial cause of concern has not been looked at. Mr. Speaker, we are still waiting for the structural integrity report so that the decision is taken on it, so that we have a befitting state-of-the-art conference center for the country. Mr. Speaker, we also acknowledge the fact that the minister have made some very profound statement on the reduction of passports, particularly from the 32 pages passport, which was initially costing 500 to 350 now. Mr. Speaker, we want to also urge the ministry that the cost of passport for the diasporans are also another major issue that needs to be looked at. In fact, the diasporans have even demonstrated, made a lot of case and claim on the issue of the cost of passport for the people in the diaspora. Mr. Speaker, we urge the minister and the ministry to also consider reducing the cost of acquisition of Ghanaian passport for the Ghanaians in the diaspora. Mr. Speaker, also we spoke about the obsolete missions and the need that we pay critical attention to some of the missions that we have in across the globe. Some of them are very obsolete. Some of them to Mr. Speaker,
when you say they are obsolete, what do you mean?
Mr. Speaker, they are, I mean, it is not something that can be fitting of a Ghanaian mission that needs to be looked at.
It is in terms of the structure?
Structure, I mean, I'm talking about the structures.
Oh, okay.
The structures. Mr. Speaker, there have been several proposals, some of them for us to partner with private sectors to, put these structures into proper shapes. Mr. Speaker, we have, to use one example, we have a structure in Manhattan that is one of the richest streets in the world. Mr. Speaker, there was a proposal to even go into partnership with a private developer to raise the entire building and then give some to Ghanaians and make money, and then the money will come back to us. But, Mr. Speaker, we were not able to finalize some of these things, and many across. So we are urging the ministry to also pay critical attention to some of these missions. Mr. Speaker, in so doing, I want to support that the budget allocation and estimate for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs be approved. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, let me come to honorable member.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the motion on the floor. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration allocation in the 2025 budget.
Is it Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Regional Integration? Do you still have that designation?
Is he asking me?
Yes. I just want to find out. Do you still have that designation? Foreign Affairs, very well. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we made some observations when we looked at the ministry's budget for the year ending 31st December 2025. And in considering those allocations, we looked at the real figures that the ministry requires in order to undertake its designated activities and programs. And the ministry's requirement was 2,328,225,361.94 Ghana cedis. The budget ceiling, however, for the ministry is 1,876,803,614 Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the gap between the budgetary requirements and the budgetary allocation, there is a 36.7 variance, which is very huge for any ministry or institution to accommodate. Variances usually shouldn't go beyond a 2.5% threshold. So when you saddle a ministry with a 36.57% variance, it really means that they are going to have to walk a very tight rope. So, Mr. Speaker, in as much as we will support the passing of the allocations to the ministry, we will also want to urge and plead with the finance minister to take a second look at the ceiling of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and if there is any way that he can do something to cushion them a little bit more, it will really help them. Mr. Speaker, I have been a serving officer before, and I know in our days we got remunerated. Our salary came all the time, but we never had goods and services to enable us discharge our duties as was required. And I foresee this same scenario playing out with the current budget of the ministry. So we want to use this opportunity to urge the finance minister to kindly take a second look at the ceiling that they have provided for the foreign ministry. Mr. Speaker, in addition to that, there is the issue about the reduction in fees of the 32-page passport booklet. Many have raised issues about how the ministry is going to accommodate the anticipated shortfalls. But the ministry, from the ministry's projections, they're actually looking at an increase in IGF from this activity. And so it is heartwarming to know that the reduction in price of the 32-page passport booklets is actually going to offer more Ghanaians the opportunity to access the facility and acquire passport. The last thing I want to say, Mr. Speaker, is about the opening of the mission in Hungary. The Minister of Foreign Affairs has made a very strong case for the opening of the mission in Hungary, and we urge government to support this initiative. Mr. Speaker, the first rule of thumb in diplomacy is reciprocity. Hungary has had a mission in this country for almost 10 years now, and we don't have a mission there. It doesn't send the right signals diplomatically. Hungary every year gives Ghana 100 scholarships for Ghanaian students to study in Hungary. The mission is working very closely with the government of Ghana in the area of sanitation. So these are very good reasons why the initiative to establish a mission in Hungary must be applauded and supported. Mr. Speaker, we've heard news about Niger announcing a road plan back to the root and path of democracy. We applaud that, and we want to celebrate President John Dramani Mahama for his soft diplomatic approach in the Sahel area, which he actualized by appointing an ambassador to the Sahel. We have seen the results. We are hoping that all our neighbors in that corridor will walk the path of the roadmaps that they have developed and return to democracy so that we can have a West Africa that is democratically governed. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes, Honorable Charles Oredu.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, for this opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I think that the relevance of the foreign ministry to our economic development is not in doubt. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the budget allocation to the foreign ministry, then I think that probably we are prioritizing other ministries than the foreign ministry.
Because if you take the goods and services and then the capex, this is negligible. Most of these disbursements are made to countries out of the jurisdiction. So if you send, say, 227 million to the United States, to me, it's peanuts. Looking at the number of properties that we have spread across the globe, in most of our missions, our properties are deteriorating. These properties are located in prime areas. And then you see Niger, the residence of the ambassador of Niger, say in South Africa, or in Rome, in Italy, in some of these countries, really, really well maintained, well painted, well, designed. And you look at Ghana properties, ambassadors, properties of ambassadors, properties of senior officers of our missions. They are in deteriorating states. We need to give the missions more money, more goods and services would have to release to them to be able to take care of these ministries. Some of the missions even lack simple equipment such as printing machines. A4 sheets they can't even buy. They can't maintain the vehicles allocated to them because in a year, they don't receive capex, they don't receive goods and services. It's only compensation. And even with compensation, the exchange rate differentials just eat up some of the compensations that is allocated to these missions. So I think that it's high time they are compensated. Again, because now in Africa, this visa waiver agreement that has been entered into by President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Now, most Africans don't need visas to enter Ghana. Because of that, they don't go to our missions, our embassies and high commissions for visas. The missions now do not have enough IGF to be able to take care of these small purchases. So that's the need for them to be adequately compensated. Again, Mr. Speaker, I want to touch a bit on what the last speaker said in regards to the decision to open a mission in Hungary. Mr. Speaker, about a year ago, the Venerable Foreign Minister, Honorable Selayo Koboche, with the support of the officials of the Foreign Ministry, put together a comprehensive program where Ghana could open a mission in Mexico, led by the now Foreign Minister. They scuttled this initiative with the idea that it was fanciful and it was a waste to the taxpayer. Now, an argument is being made that we should rather go to Hungary and open a mission in Hungary. Mr. Speaker, Latin America has 35 countries in all. Out of these 35 countries, Ghana has representation in only 2 of these countries. That's Cuba and then Brazil. These 2 countries takes care of all the 35 countries in Latin America. But if you go to Europe, we have so many missions in Europe. So if somebody makes the argument that 100 scholarships are sent by the Hungarian government to Ghanaian students, because of that we should open a mission in Hungary as against Mexico, I would disagree. Because Mexico has an embassy in Ghana. They are fully functional here. We derive a lot of benefit from the Mexican government. That decision has been taken, but I think that a second look would have to be taken to look at the possibility of probably adding Mexico to the countries that we've earmarked for missions to be established. Mr. Speaker, that said, I would want to support the motion and then urge the Foreign Ministry to make use of this monies that have been given to them, and hoping
that before the end of the year, this House will take a very far, looking decision to subsequently increase whatever request that they'll make to this August House. That said, Mr. Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. You could see that he's a practitioner. Yes, my brother.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to contribute to the motion before the House on the budget estimate for the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. Mr. Speaker, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is one ministry that we should not toy with their funding. But we notice at the committee level that the ministry had a funding gap of 851 million Ghana cedis. Mr. Speaker, at the committee level, the minister and his team made us to know that the cost of renting most of our missions abroad are in rented properties. So the ministry, therefore, will wish to construct or acquire our own property. But if you look at the cost of renting properties abroad, it costs Ghana much more money than when we have our own building or structures. Mr. Speaker, so if the funding gap is around 851 million, it will be very difficult for us to acquire our own property. So we pray that the finance minister or the Ministry of Finance should endeavor to capture us under the big push so that we can acquire some property for the ministry. Mr. Speaker, the ministry also want to recruit some 100 staff to enable the ministry run a 24-hour economy system. Mr. Speaker, it is the hope of the ministry that when these staff are recruited, anybody in this country after close of work can comfortably walk to the passport secretariat to take your passport or to receive your passport. Mr. Speaker, let me also commend the minister for reducing the cost of passport acquisition. Mr. Speaker, in April 2024, the cost of passport was increased from 100 to 500 Ghana cedis. That was around 400%. So we, the MDC, promised at the time that when we assume office, we were going to reduce, and we have delivered. Mr. Speaker, I'm happy to announce that we have reduced from 500 Ghana cedis to 350 Ghana cedis. So, yes, Mr. Speaker, we are in Ghana and we want many people to acquire passports so that they can travel. Mr. Speaker, there is also this issue that came at the committee level about the Accra International Conference Center. Mr. Speaker, the building, as we were told, is not in good condition. And all of this reason is why we think that the ministry budget should not have been slashed down. Mr. Speaker, the 2024, there was a proposal to bring the entire building down because, however, it didn't take place because we demanded for structural integrity report, which we didn't get. So at the last meeting, we demanded that within 45 days, they should furnish the committee with the structural integrity report so that we can look at whether the building is fit for purpose or can be used. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I urge this House to approve the report or the budget for the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Leadership.
May I, Speaker, under the circumstance,
come again.
I seek your leave to vary the earlier agreement very important matters, foreign affairs. There's a senior member who was once the chair of the committee. He's a member of the committee. Unfortunately, he couldn't catch your eye. So he will speak. Then I will yield my place to the ranking member. Let's proceed on that tangent. You are a good man. Let's go on that tangent. Yeah.
Well, I'll take one. Please indulge me. Yes, Honorable Patrick Boama.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Then Sasu, after I'll come to you. Then I'll come to leadership.
Indulging the minority chief whip. Mr. Speaker, let me commend the minister for being very cooperative with the committee so far. We're having a very good relationship with him, and I rise in support of the motion for the approval of the sum of 1,486,199,771 Ghana cedis for the operations of the Foreign Ministry. Mr. Speaker, I also want to impress on the minister that if you read paragraph 3.2, Roman 3, the ministry is supposed to coordinate the participation in regional integration efforts aimed at promoting and protecting the national interest. Mr. Speaker, the ministry, by the President's EI, is only named as the Ministry for Foreign Affairs. And the ministry, we all know, is very active in our regional integration efforts. And it is very important that that aspect be added to the minister's portfolio, because you'll be doing a lot of things with regards to regional integration. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, if you read Article 40 of our Constitution, it also hinges on regional integration. And with your kind permission, I'll read. The side note is on regional integration, that in its dealings with other nations, the government shall promote and protect the interests of Ghana, seek the establishment of a just and equitable international economic and social order, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the minister has inherited a lot of treaty obligations that I believe he has to come back to Parliament for ratification under Article 73, 74, 75 of the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Those ratifications will help Ghana tap into some of the economic benefits and some of the relationships that we have with other countries, Mr. Speaker. On this issue of passports, Mr. Speaker, the minister has not concluded any negotiation to reduce the passport price from 500 to 350 Ghana cedis. He is in the process. He hasn't delivered because he has to come here for that issue to be captured in the Fees and Charges Miscellaneous Act of this Parliament, to be approved by this Parliament. So let me remind my colleague Dapola that the minister has not delivered on that, and he's been here in Parliament to explain this matter to the good people of this country. Mr. Speaker, let me commend the minister and the government so far for their good neighborliness program. I've seen the president visit his compatriots in Cote d'Ivoire, Togo, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, and also our brothers in the Sahelian region. Mr. Speaker, I will reiterate my point that whatever it takes for ECOWAS to have Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso to join our fold, ECOWAS has to take those steps. The president has been the chairman of ECOWAS before, and I want to believe in his skills in getting those countries back into our fold, because it also helps in the security arrangement of our country, Mr. Speaker. We have a lot of Nigerians, Malians, and Burkinabes in our country. And the earlier we take steps to ensure that they join ECOWAS, the better. It's for this reason that, Mr. Speaker, the minister under Article 83.1 is made a member of the National Security Council, Mr. Speaker. So whatever advice the minister has to offer the president to ensure that those countries adhere to our border security and also to ensure that they come back to our fold as members of the ECOWAS bloc, the better. I wish the minister well. Earlier speakers have spoken about our quest to renovate some of our mission properties. We saw the pictures at committee. They are very, very bad, in a bad state, Mr. Speaker. And the minister, I heard Applaud talking about big push. Now everything is big push. I don't think the minister wants that money for his ministry. Adequate allocations has to be made to the minister. Our embassies are unable to hold Ghana Days or yearly affairs even within our mission premises. They have to go to hotels and what have you. You want the best for your country. You can't invite your fellow ambassadors to have national days at your missions. What message are you sending to them? That you can't even host them to dinners? Then you are always receiving invites to attend, yes. It's not the best, Mr. Speaker. We need to do better, and I wish the minister well and ask that the House approves this sum for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honourable Member for Madina.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker, for the opportunity given me to support the approval of 1,486,199,771 Ghana cedis for the implementation of programs and activities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the financial year ending 31st December 2025. Mr. Speaker, in supporting these, let me also add my voice to commend the Minister for properly representing the interests of the Republic of Ghana in that ministry. Mr. Speaker, my biggest concern can be found on page 20 of the report and item 10.5, which is the funding gap. Mr. Speaker, if you look at the mandate of the ministry as captured in item 3.2 on page 5 of the report, we have some very, very detailed things that the ministry is supposed to be doing. I mean, from initiating and coordinating our implementing our foreign policies, to regional integration issues, and developing and coordinating the position of multilateral fora and fostering a cordial bilateral relation for the nation. It means that this is a ministry that must be heavily funded. And Mr. Speaker, to think of the fact that if you look at the report, it shows that the allocation to the ministry is only 30% of its budget, proposal. Mr. Speaker, we would add our voice to earlier speakers that during this year's mid-year budget review, the Minister of Finance will look at the budget critically and increase budgetary allocation to the ministry. It's so important that we do so. Again, Mr. Speaker, adding my voice to what our earlier colleague Patrick Boama said about regional integration is so important. This function, if you look at the fact that today in Ghana, Accra here, we are hosting the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat. It means that the ministry must be playing lead role in regional integration in Africa. And that is why I commend the effort of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama through his soft diplomacy and all that he's doing to ensure that ECOWAS as a sub-region come together. Because, Mr. Speaker, as you know, under the Abuja Treaty, there are 8 regional economic communities that are recognized, including the ECOWAS. And if Africa can integrate, then it means that this regional economic community will have to come together. And Mr. Speaker, there is ample evidence that shows that if we are able to connect well through the Africa Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, we will move slowly from a trade agreement to a customs union, and from a customs union to a monetary union, from a monetary union to economic union, from economic union to political union, and eventually Africa can see the light of day. And so, Mr. Speaker, I believe that this is a very important mandate to the ministry, and I'm hoping that we can increase budgetary allocation to the minister to execute this very important mission. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this motion.
Now, appropriately, I can come to leadership.
Speaker, I wish to yield my place to the ranking member of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Abujina.
Very well. Honorable member for Damango.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. The Speaker, I rise to contribute and support the motion for the request of 1,486,199,771 Ghana cedis, Mr. Speaker, for the implementation of the programs and activities of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Mr. Speaker, I see the capture and regional integration. I guess it's Foreign Affairs. Mr. Speaker, let me begin by commending the Honorable Minister for his engagement with the committee. First, when he invited the committee to his office, and also when he appeared before the committee for the very insightful and comprehensive engagement we had with him as a committee, which is culminated in this report. Mr. Speaker, also to say that it is welcoming that the Minister and the Ministry intends to continue with the policy of the Akufo-Addo government to roll out a chips-embedded passport. And indeed, the Minister spoke to it extensively when he appeared before the committee, that they intend to continue. And also, Mr. Speaker, if you look at page 22 of the report, you will see, Mr. Speaker, specifically at paragraph 10.8, the Minister and the Ministry committed to the committee quite clearly that they plan to link the chips-embedded passport to the Ghana card. Mr. Speaker, as you know, the Ghana card was implemented by the Akufo-Addo administration, and the Ghana card has reached almost universal coverage in our country. And that is indeed a very important milestone and intervention towards formalizing the Ghanaian society and the Ghanaian economy. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, consistent with the requirements of ACAO, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is giving a firm indication, as I say at page 22, paragraph 10.8 of the report before this House, that they intend to link the Ghana passport to the Ghana card. Mr. Speaker, I think it's highly commendable. Mr. Speaker, if you look at page 23 of the report, you will see that page 23 of the report, specifically paragraph 10.10, the ministry intends to establish a mission in Hungary. Mr. Speaker, I want to say, and I think it's a matter we raised at the committee level, that in the whole of Latin America, Mr. Speaker, Ghana has only 2 missions in the whole of Latin America, serving all of Latin America. And indeed, it was the plan of the Akufo-Addo government to establish a mission or an embassy in Mexico. Just because the minister gave justification for the decision to establish a mission in Hungary. And I think by and large, that justification is one that is acceptable, which is the fact that Hungary has a mission here in Ghana. Hungary supports us extensively when it comes to education, higher education and all of that. But I would propose, Mr. Speaker, that if it's not too late, the ministry should focus and consider adding Mexico to Hungary. Because as I say, the ministry has only 2 embassies in the whole of Latin America. And of course, Mr. Speaker, you will see also that the ministry intends to spend some 14.9 million Ghana cedis in the first year of operations of this new mission. I pointed it out to the minister. I want to repeat it, Mr. Speaker. The minister should pay particular attention to value for money. 14.9 million Ghana cedis for just 1 year of the operations of a mission is quite a colossal sum of money. Of course, he gave an explanation what the money is going to be used for. But given the economic circumstances of our country today, I believe that it will be important that the minister pays particular attention to value for money. Mr. Speaker, let me also point out, let me refer the House to page 18 of the report. Mr. Speaker, at page 18 of the report, there is a very disturbing matter which has been observed by the committee, which has been flagged, and which is the state of the Accra International Conference Center. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I refer the House to page 22, which is specifically paragraph 10.9 of the report, which talks about the structural integrity of the Accra International Conference Center. Mr. Speaker, this is a matter we discussed with the Minister extensively, and the committee insisted that there should be, as a matter of necessity and urgency, a structural integrity audit of the Accra International Conference Center to ascertain the structural integrity of the Accra International Conference. Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, almost any and every major event of our country takes place at the Accra International Conference Center. And even furthermore, Mr. Speaker, you will find that events are held at the Accra International Conference Center where the President, the Vice President, ministers, and scores of Ghanaians participate in and use this particular facility. I think it's absolutely imperative that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs takes urgent steps to conduct this audit to satisfy ourselves that the structural integrity of the Accra International Conference Center is intact. And of course, I pointed it out to the Minister that ultimately we need to find a way of continuing with the plans of the previous government to build a multi-purpose, state-of-the-art conference center which is fit for purpose. Just because today when you go to Cape Town, South Africans are raking in a lot of benefits because they have an international conference center which is fit for purpose. Kenya is doing the same. The Akufo-Addo government started it, and I want to plead with the minister to continue. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, I want to conclude, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude. Mr. Speaker, I want to conclude. Mr. Speaker, the minister, when he appeared before us, the minister commended me for making that proposal. He says he buys into that idea, and indeed he intends to work on this plan by the Akufo-Addo administration to build a multi-purpose, fit-for-purpose conference center for Ghana. Mr. Speaker, finally, and I think my senior sister, the honourable member for Salaga South, the Honourable Zuira, raised that matter, which is, Mr. Speaker, the Sahel. The Honourable Patrick Buama also spoke to it. But Mr. Speaker, I just want to make the point that in all our engagement with the Sahel, be it Burkina Faso, Mali, or Niger, Mr. Speaker, it is absolutely important that we are reminded that Ghana is built on democratic principles. And Ghana is a country that upholds the tenets of rule of law, the principles of democracy. Ghana is a democratic country. So in everything we do to ensure sub-regional or regional integration, Mr. Speaker, we cannot jettison this fundamental foundation of the Ghanaian polity or Ghanaian society. And by that, Mr. Speaker, let me refer the House to Article 40 of our national constitution, specifically Chapter 6, the Directive Principles of State. Article 40 DIV, Mr. Speaker, states that in the dealings with other nations, the government shall, and I quote, the government shall promote and protect the interests of Ghana, and it goes on to say, adhere to the principles enshrined in, or as the case may be, the aims and ideals of, quote, the Treaty of the Economic Community of West African States, and it goes on in the United Nations, Organization of African Unity, Commonwealth. Mr. Speaker, all these organizations promote the principles of democratic governance. Mr. Speaker, I need not emphasize that in Burkina Faso, we have a military junta. In Mali, we've had military takeovers. In Niger, the government there, or the regime there, is a military regime. And so, whilst we continue to urge the government, the foreign ministry, to pursue our foreign relations objective of regional integration, it's absolutely important, Mr. Speaker, that in so doing, we do not jettison the principles of democratic governance and work to restore democracy in Burkina Faso, work to restore democracy in Mali, work to restore democracy in Niger, and get to the situation ultimately where all of West Africa and all of Africa will be governed on the principles of democratic practices, and get to the point, Mr. Speaker, where the will of the people will be the will of God, and be the principle or the foundation on which governments are formed and on which citizens are governed as it is here in Ghana. Just because with these few words, let me lend my support to the motion and ask that this House adopts this report and lend its support to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, so that ultimately Ghana's flag will fly high in the Committee of Nations. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Can I put the question? Yeah, no. Well, let me finish. Then you thank the committee. Let me put the question. Then you thank the committee. Thank members. Very well.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to thank honorable colleagues for their contributions, and particularly let me eulogize the Foreign Affairs Committee. We have had a very fantastic relationship. We are working cordially, warmly, and focusing on the foreign policy and strategic national interests of our country. Mr. Speaker, there have been concerns about the 30% cut which we have faced, and I very much align myself with those concerns, particularly in this era of turbulent international relations, where geopolitics, geoeconomics is fast changing, and where everything now is up in the balance, where we need a reset, we need to renegotiate, and we need to really explore new allies, new partnerships, new cooperation, and nothing really is a given in these times. We need to prioritize the funding and the support for our foreign ministry because of the enormous benefits. If you have a strong foreign ministry, your economic diplomacy will thrive. You can attract more investments, attract FDIs, and we need to really all agree that moving forward, we must commit, particularly in these turbulent geopolitical times, to finance the foreign ministry. There have been a number of concerns raised about why we have put on hold the plans to establish a diplomatic mission in Mexico. I want to state for the record that it is only a temporal suspension of those plans. We thought that we should reduce the expansion looking at the economic situation of our country at this moment and do only one for now. That is opening new diplomatic mission in Hungary, in Budapest. But moving forward, when the economic situation improves, I think that there is a case for an increased presence in Latin America, whether it should be Mexico or some other country. I believe that we will all be involved in that discussion. But let me assure our friends in Mexico and Latin America that Ghana intends to deepen our relations with that part of the world, and we will increase our presence, we will increase our visibility, we will increase trade, and make sure the historical ties, because during the slave trade, Mr. Speaker, a lot of our compatriots really landed in Latin America, even before getting to the United States of America. So we have traditional ties, and we cannot do away with those ancestral ties. I need to, Mr. Speaker, also emphasize that the concerns that have been raised about the Accra International Conference Center, we believe that we have been vindicated. a couple of years ago, when the previous administration came here with a PPP arrangement, we said we wanted to see the structural integrity report. It has now emerged that that report has not been done. That report does not exist. So I am glad that we are now all addendum that we need a structural integrity report, and that will inform us moving forward whether truly the AICC has become a death trap, and we will need to raise it down and to have a new project. So I think that it was good that this side of the House at the time expressed caution and demanded the structural integrity report. We have said that within the next 3 months, we will get AESL to conduct that structural integrity report. And once that is done, we will share it with members in this House so that we will all take a decision on the way forward. Very quickly, Mr. Speaker, let me assure the House that the debt that we met at the ministry of about 453 million Ghana cedis, we have put in place plans under this budget to clear those arrears. They are largely debts owed to service providers and then the international organizations that we belong to, access contributions. We are determined to use this budget, even though we suffered a cut, to clear those arrears. I also want to bring you good news, Mr. Speaker, that we have reclaimed all of the ministry's lands. And I can boldly say that the adjoining land at the foreign ministry have all been reclaimed, and they are now fully belonging to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and to the people of Ghana. And we have served notice that no ministry land will be up for sale. In that same vein, Mr. Speaker, I'm also glad to announce that we have stopped the attempted sale of diplomatic properties in Nigeria and in Zambia. We have declared a zero tolerance against the sale of diplomatic assets. Under President Mahama's government, no diplomatic property will be sold. And we are leading by example. The attempted sale in Nigeria and Zambia have been cancelled, that transaction has been terminated, and that is good news for the people of our country. I also want to assure the good people of our country that the passport reforms that we are embarking on are deep and refreshing reforms. We are going to have 24-hour operations. We are going to make sure you can get your passport within 7 days. And then we are introducing courier services. You no longer have to go back to the passport application center when your passport is ready. By stating your address, whether your residential address or your office address, your passport will be delivered to you. And we've already advertised it's going to be an open, competitive tender process. Young fintechs, courier companies can apply and participate in this process so that we can modernize passport delivery. And we are glad that we are doing all of this under a reduced dispensation in terms of the fees, down from 500 to 350 cedis, as we promised the people of our country. We are also committed to roll out the chip embedded passport. And let me just state for the record that we acknowledge what the President Akufo-Addo government did in moving this process forward. But to be fair to Foreign Minister Honorable Hannah Tete, it started under her watch as Foreign Minister and under the former President Mahama regime in 2016. But it is a collective effort from President Mahama to Akufo-Addo to now President Mahama. We are all committed to roll out the chip embedded passport in line with the ICAO requirements. On the issue of rent and the dilapidated state of our missions, I agree with colleagues. We have to do something about it. All of us, when we travel and we are hosted in our embassies, it is embarrassing. We are spending over $50 million every year on rent. We want to end this once and for all. So we have submitted a cabinet memo, and we are making a strong case to be considered under the Big Push agenda. We hope that we can transition from renting to owning property so that we can save money. This $50 million every year can really help to do other things for our country. We will continue with our institutional reforms, have KPIs for our ambassadors so that when they go out there, they can bring something home. Diplomacy must make an impact in their real lives. Finally, in terms of the welfare issues for the foreign service officials, I can confirm that the duty waiver for imported vehicles for our staff all those who are foreign service officials has received cabinet approval, and this year we will roll out the package so that at the end of their duty tours, if they want to return to Ghana with vehicles, they don't have to pay duties. That will be waived so that there will be zero duties. We believe that that is a little motivation we can give to our foreign service officials. Those at home, under this budget, we are also buying 6 buses to help them commute from work and home so that they can also be supported in that regard. So we are committing to improving the welfare issues of our colleagues at the Foreign Ministry. On that note, Mr. Speaker, these are exciting times for our foreign relations. We'll continue to deepen our ties with all our friends. President Mohammed's good neighborliness will continue, and we will do our best to serve as a bridge between the AES countries and ECOWAS. Mr. Speaker, I thank you very much for your indulgence, and I thank honorable colleagues for their very insightful contributions. I thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, at the conclusion of the debate,
Speaker, the minority chief whip raised the issue of the figures. And
it has been addressed.
No. Okay. Because there are 3 of them, Mr. Speaker.
Well, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of the figures, we have cross-checked. The Honorable Roxinda Fiamepo has raised an important matter. So we've looked at motion number 10. We've looked at the committee's report, which has a different figure. And we've also looked at the budget. And we've conferred with table, the clerks at table, and we have agreed that we will go with what is on the order paper, because that aligns with what is in the budget. And we've also checked from the Ministry of Finance. They say we can go with what is on the budget. So we have to amend the committee's report. We'll amend the committee's report so that it should be 777 and not 771.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable members, at the conclusion of the debate, all those in favor that motion listed 10 in today's order paper be adopted, say aye. All those against, say no. Honorable members, the ayes have it. The motion is carried, and that this honorable House has approved the sum of 1,486,199,777 cedis for the services of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for the year ending 31st December 2025. Yes.
Speaker, yesterday, at the time of taking the report on judiciary and the judicial service, what was outstanding was the issue of the accompanying letter, the covering letter from the Office of the President, as a result of which the Speaker couldn't put the question. The letter has come. Speaker is in receipt of that letter. There are 2 letters actually, that and that of the covering letter in respect of the Parliament and Parliamentary Service. So having that confirmation, Mr. Speaker, I believe that the question can be put in respect, because it's been moved, it's been debated. What was outstanding was the requirement of the accompanying letter from the Office of the President.
Yes, minority leadership.
Speaker, first of all, I think the issue was not just about the letter, even though it's a constitutional imperative. There were discrepancies, usual discrepancies. Now, if the letter has come, as in the words of the Chief Whip. Speaker, we are not privy to the letter. We don't have copies. So this is a house of records, and so if copies could be made available to us, this is not a matter we want to split hairs over. It's a straightforward matter, but we must have copies. And so if copies could be made available to us, Speaker, we can go ahead and put the question.
Very well.
Speaker, I won't belabor this point, but procedurally, the letter is always addressed to the Speaker, who then will remit it to, as part of the referral to the committee, it will be an accompanying document. So, but the assurance is that it's come. So I won't litigate it. I'm sure. Sorry. Yes, I agree.
The procedure is that the letter, when it's received, had to be read to us. That has not been done. That has not been done. So, well, if it is the case that we should also even go for copies, we don't have copies. Leader, we don't have copies. Speaker, the letter should be read to us, and then we can proceed. Yes, if copies are there, please, Speaker, with respect, let it be read to us. And this is a matter we should split. Look, Speaker, we have done more than 90% of the motions. We don't want to go into any problem. If it's the case, I'll take you by your words. Will you listen? Chief Whip, I will yield to you. Have your day. Take it.
Honorable.
So, but you are going by your words. And I trust you.
Honorable Whip, I've been informed that the chairman is still insisting we should hold on to this particular. Yes, the chairman is still insisting we should hold on. So we can.
Speaker, I'm guided.
Thank you.
Guided, yes.
Thank you. So before we move to statements, kindly indulge me to acknowledge our children at the public gallery. At the public gallery. We have Abui Kenneth Methodist GHS. Abui Kenneth Methodist GHS. Yes, they are being led by Vera Jumoku, who is the headmistress, and the school is located at Equiapim South constituency. Equiapim South constituency. The honorable member is here. These are your students. Yes. We also have Noble Heritage School. Noble Heritage School. They are also being led by Abigail, who is the headmistress. And the school is located at Tema West constituency. Tema West constituency. Yes, that is the member of parliament. And finally, we have Family Life International School. Family Life International School. And they are being led by Beauty Abonibo. I hope I pronounced the word well, the name well. Who is a teacher, and the school is located at Trouble constituency. Trouble constituency, yes. So you are welcome. I hope you are monitoring what is going on. That should urge you, all of you. Study hard, study hard, study hard, so that tomorrow you will also be here. Eh? I wish all of you well. I hope your members will take care of you. You are welcome. Enjoy your stay. Yes, honorable leadership, I hope you are going back to the statements. Leadership, we are going back to statements.
That is so, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
There are actually 3 statements on our side and 1 from the minority side. So, Mr. Speaker, we'll take, let me pray you so that we take the one in memory of our senior sister, the late Dr. Bernice Helu. And then,
it appears I don't have that one.
Oh.
Who is taking that one?
The honorable member for Hohoi.
Okay, so he can take that one whilst you forward a copy to me. So, honorable member for Hohoi, we will. Yes. So, honorable members, you know we intend rising today, so we are going to manage the commentaries. So, honorable member, I hope you've shared the. Have you shared the well. So you may read the statement.
Thank you very much.
Yes, he's sharing. It's everywhere.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Statement on the late Honorable Dr. Bernice Helu, former Member of Parliament for Hohwe constituency. Mr. Speaker, with a solemn heart, I rise to pay tribute to an exceptional leader, a dedicated servant of the people, and a relentless leader and an advocate for progress, the late Honorable Dr. Bernice Helu. Her passing on Wednesday, December 25th, 2024, at the age of 70, following a brief illness, is an immense loss to the family. Honorable Helu served with unwavering commitment as a Member of Parliament for Hohwe from December 2013 to January 2021. She was a visionary leader who believed in power of leadership to transform lives and dedicated herself wholly for the service for her constituents and the nation. A Deputy Minister for Environment, Science and Technology. During her tenure as a Deputy Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, Mr. Speaker, that was in 2013 to 2017, Honorable Helu was a forefront for sustainable national development and environmental protection. Her notable contribution includes spearheading the PCB project to enhance environmental safety and championing initiatives that provided computers, laptops to key academic institutions and to ensuring that science and technology remained a driving force for national development and progress. As a Member of Parliament for Hohwe constituency, Mr. Speaker, Honorable Helu was a formidable voice in Parliament, a dedicated member of the Appointment Committee. She played a crucial role, Mr. Speaker, in scrutinizing presidential appointments, ensuring that only the most competent serves the nation. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Helu was deeply committed to development and stability of Hohwe. Her tireless advocacy for peace, security played a significant role in fostering lasting harmony between the people of Nkonya and Alabanyo, where I come from, as well as between the Beans and the Zongo communities in Hohwe. Her relentless pursuit of progress led to the construction of modern classroom blocks, eliminating era of schools under trees in Hohwe. She championed scholarships and financial aid for brilliant but needy students and spearheaded initiatives to improve health care, including establishment of many cheap compounds, and ambulance service in the constituency. She was also instrumental in lobbying for the rehabilitation of major roads, including the historic Vlitoji roads, by improving accessibility and economic opportunities for the people in the region. Beyond politics, Mr. Speaker, she was a passionate advocate for women empowerment. As a founder of ProLink, an NGO dedicated to advancing the rights of health, education, and socioeconomic status of the disadvantaged individuals, particularly women, girls, she left a lasting impact in their lives. Her support extended to persons with disabilities, Mr. Speaker, as she provided office accommodations and regularly assisted the school for the deaf in Kokwe constituency. As we bid her farewell, let us take solace in the fact that she lived a life of purpose and impact. May her soul rest in perfect peace, and may the Almighty God grant her eternal life. Rest well, Honorable Dr. Bernice Aduku Helu. Your memory will forever remain in our hearts. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, honorable members, one of our own. So I'll invite two from each side and I'll come to leadership.
Okay.
Very well. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Let me start off by thanking my colleague, my friend, my brother, MP for our constituency, for eulogizing the memory of our mother, Honorable Dr. Bernice Aduku Helu. Mr. Speaker, in 2011, I contested in the NDC primaries with Dr. Bernice Aduku Helu in Howard constituency. Mr. Speaker, if you recall, at that time, the current Republic of SAR was part of the Howard constituency. Leader wants to know what happened in that contest. She disciplined me to it. And I supported them. Mr. Speaker, I think that it's a very, very great loss. Our mother was very, very affable. She was very, very accommodating. Even though we were political opponents at the primary level, right after the primary, she invited me over to the house. And then, Mr. Speaker, we joined hands in campaigning throughout the constituency until she won the elections. In fact, when she was appointed Deputy Minister of Science and Environment, she invited me over to the office. I want to know if I want to come and assist her to work in the office, which, Mr. Speaker, for other responsibilities, I declined. Throughout my campaign in 2024, anytime I hit a block, Mr. Speaker, I'll call on her and sought her advice as to how to proceed. And she was always very open to assist. And so when I heard about her death, Mr. Speaker, I was seriously taken aback. Good news is that the Lord loves us more than we love ourselves. We can only pray that her soul will rest perfectly in the bosom of Father Abraham, that the good work that she began in her constituency, all of us will join hands, that every young person in that constituency will have access to quality education, that the roads in that constituency will be fixed, that the young people will get employment opportunities, and that the place will develop accordingly. Mr. Speaker, on the day should be laid to rest, all of us will be in Hawaii to support the family and the constituency and make sure that she's given a befitting burial. Once again, I thank you very much, my brother, for bringing this issue up in the House. Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to contribute to it.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Member for Manson Kwanta.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, thank you for the opportunity to respond to the statement by Honorable Walanyo on the passing of one of our own, Dr. Bernice Adiku Helu. Honorable Walanyo, thank you for the statement. I know you are my brother's student, so I consider you as my student as well. I extend my condolences to the family of the departed. I know at 70, somebody might say, yes, she's gone a bit, but 70, the expectation of most of us would have been that she'll go a bit more. So we'll consider it as sudden. Mr. Speaker, death is inevitable, as we know, but what matters most is the legacy that we leave behind. That is key, and I think that is why we are remembering her today, the legacy that she left behind. And if I go through the presentation that was made, she worked for peace in the Alavanyo and Konya conflict. She helped in the construction of modern classroom blocks. She championed scholarship and financial aid to brilliant but needy students. So, Mr. Speaker, these are the sort of things that we expect each and every one of us to do whilst we have life. So, I do extend my condolences once again to the family, and I urge all of us to do our very best whilst we have the life. And I wish the family the best. I console them in this difficult time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Yes, my brother.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me the opportunity to make a comment on the statement made by Honorable Member for Hohoi in connection with the late Dr. Bernice Adiku Helu. Mr. Speaker, the late Dr. Bernice Adiku Helu, I know she was the founder of ProLink organization and a board member, an international and local non-governmental organization that has worked with USAID, Geneva Global Incorporations, Plan International Ghana, and other international donor-funded organizations. I've been with her for 10 years as Director of Finance, and we've worked together to help the vulnerable and women and children with over 7 satellite offices across Ghana on HIV and malaria programming. And so she has contributed a lot to Ghana's economic growth, especially in the area of women and children. May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Thank you very much. Yes, Honorable Patrick Boama.
Mr. Speaker, let me use this opportunity to express my heartfelt condolences to the family of our departed sister. We entered this chamber together with her, a very, very pleasant lady. Mr. Speaker, it was until about a couple of weeks ago that I went to Jolu, somewhere around Ghana Gas, that I saw her banner. I drove past it, drove back, and looked at it again just to be sure of what I was seeing. It was the first time I was seeing a banner in that corner, and it really struck me that people we served with, sometimes a phone call to even check on them whilst they are still not members of parliament is very difficult for some of us to do. We just come in, work, and leave. We don't even know where people live. The Speaker, she was a deputy minister, a mother, a development-oriented person that we all knew. You never will see this lady engaged in anything outside her work as a member of parliament. And I'm happy my good friend paid this glowing tribute to her. And Agbanya, my friend from SAL, who was beaten by Honorable Helu in her primary. So welcome to the House, and let's do whatever it takes to bid our sister farewell. May her soul rest in peace, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Patrick. Let me now come to leadership.
Mr. Speaker, it is with great sadness that I comment on this statement by my colleague, member for Hokwe. Mr. Speaker, you and I served alongside Honorable Helu in this House. Most of the time she would strongly advocate for issues related to women in this House. Herself, Honorable Doyo, and many other women strongly advocating for women. Mr. Speaker, she voluntarily decided not to contest, and as a matter of fact, when she didn't contest, the NDC lost the seat. But she continued to work in her community in many ways. I remember very well one of her main concerns was to see to the resolution of the Hokwe water project and then the extremely terrible road leading to Hokwe. Mr. Speaker, some of us got to know she wasn't very well. And like many situations you and I know, Mr. Speaker, when people exit this House, in many cases, they are left on their own. And like my very good friend Yao said, once the person is not here, it's as if there's a bit of a disconnect. We hardly find the time to check up on each other. And until recently, when the MP informed me that we lost our former colleague, and all I can say is, since we know that one of her favorite, advocacy subject is women empowerment, the development of Hokwe, especially the resolution of the Hokwe water project, and then the completion of the road leading from Have to Hokwe. Those of us here can only work with our colleague, and we are making commitment that in her memory, it will be very good to complete that project this year, so that at least she knows that her advocacy paid off. And I'm sure that the current MP, Honorable Walanyo, will continue in that state to make sure that what she fought for, though she couldn't achieve it in her lifetime, that will still be achieved. Mr. Speaker, yeah, many of us will be there to pay our former colleague the last respect and to make sure that what she fought for, we complete. Mr. Speaker, with these few words, I add my voice to pay tribute to our former colleague, and may her soul rest in perfect peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Minority leadership.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to add my voice to the statement made by our colleague from Hokwe in commemoration of our sister, Bernice Helu. Mr. Speaker, we came together in 2013. We were in this chamber together, and as a woman myself, we work hand in hand when it comes to women empowerment. She's a very hard-working lady. 6th Parliament, she was here. 7th Parliament, she was here. And she told us she wants to go and continue outside Parliament to make sure that she gets to the villages and other communities to empower girls and women. She has fought hard for women in Ghana, and as Women Caucus leader, we together give our condolence to the family, and then Howard as a whole. Mr. Speaker, anytime you enter this chamber, all you need to do is to leave a legacy, so that anytime you are not here, or when you are not here, they will remember your good work and say something good about you. She worked here and always in the chamber, always contributing. Very hard work. That's what I can remember about her. When she became the deputy minister, though she's a deputy minister, but she's always in the chamber and always championing the cause of women. Mr. Speaker, we have lost a good person. We have lost a woman that we shouldn't have lost at this time, but we've lost her. And I know we have capable women like her in the chamber who emulate her style and work for women in Ghana. Mr. Speaker, we extend our condolences to the whole family once again. And I urge colleagues to take good care of our health. Anytime the year begins, go and do your full blood count and monitor your system and know what to do and what not to do at what time, a particular time. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity. Once again, we say, oh, Mr. Speaker, we don't need to eat anything, anything at all. Because if you don't monitor your system and you don't know you have BP, you'll be eating what you are not supposed to eat. So you have to change your oil because you change the oil for your car. So once you change the oil for your cars, change your oil for yourself. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Yes. Okay. Honorable members, let me thank you and respectfully let me indulge you for us to rise and give a 1 minute silence in honor of her memory. May the soul of our late sister, Honorable Dr. Bernice Helu, rest in perfect peace. Amen. Before we move to the next statement, honorable leadership, majority and minority leadership, anytime we pay tribute to our own, this issue of members' welfare comes to play. And I think majority leader has already alluded to members, the plan for our retirement welfare. I think on the 8th Parliament 1 meeting, we paid a tribute like this 9 times at one meeting And I think it's something that we shouldn't lose sight of that. So I'm just bringing to your attention, Majority Leader and other leadership, that the cause of at least certain, the welfare of members, especially the retirees, let's still keep to that cause. Thank you very much. Yes, we take the second statement.
Speaker, may I pray that we take the statement from member for Woolensey.
That is the festivities.
Salagano. Oh, Speaker, follow me. Salagano.
Yes.
Yes.
On the 8th. Then afterwards I come to Abuaje.
Oh, you only have one statement. I only know that there's only one statement. Sorry.
Very well. Let me take this one.
Yes,
come here.
hold on.
You let me take this one. Come here. I mean, we take all of them before you.
Speaker, I had agreed with the minority chief whip that the minister, the statement from. Oh, hold on. That the minister wants to be here because of the critical issues he's raising. The minister wants to come and respond and give some assurance, and he's about 15 minutes away.
Very well. Mr. Speaker, leader informed me that minister said he should step in for him. Leader Ayalga. So Ayalga will step in for the minister.
Speaker, that was the earlier indication, but the minister has just called that he's also a member of the House. So your statement is a very witty one. So we want him to give some assurance.
Well.
So, Mr. Speaker,
I think if the minister is coming, let's wait for him. So let's take the Salaga one, the 8th fatal one.
We'll take
then
yours.
Afterwards, I'll come to Honorable Abuaji.
We'll take yours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honorable.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for this rare opportunity to make a statement in this August House on the significance of the celebration of al-Fitr, which marks the end of a month-long spiritual exercise of fasting by Muslims all over the world. Ramadan is the 9th month of the Islamic calendar, which marks the period of Muslims observing spiritual exercise of self-denial of food and water and other worldly things that nourish their body. Mr. Speaker, fasting is one of the pillars of Islam, mandating every practicing Muslim to observe his or her fast upon sighting of the moon, which has to be observed for 29 days or 30 days. This month signifies the period of sacrifice where Muslims cultivate the habit of empathy and self-discipline by refraining from food and water from dawn to sunset. Mr. Speaker, after going through a month-long fasting, Muslims all over the world observe al-Fitr to signify the successful end of the self-disciplined and sacrifice they go through during the month of fast. al-Fitr celebrations is the time for Muslims to stay true to the tenets of selflessness, forgiveness, and empathy to mankind. Mr. Speaker, it will be recalled that on the 22nd of June, 2017,
I made a statement on this floor to the effect that government should add an extra day for the celebration of al-Fitr in order to curb the unpredictability of the lunar month of Ramadan, which is either 28 days or 30 days. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, through the Minister for the Interior, has indicated that this year's celebration will span for 2 days. On behalf of the Muslim Ummah in the country, and on my own behalf, I wish to thank His Excellency the President of the Republic for listening to our plea and the plea of many other Muslims in Ghana. Worthy of note is the way our Muslim youth conduct themselves during Eid celebrations. This festival symbolizes modesty and self-retrospection and ought to be celebrated with moderation. I therefore wish to appeal to our Muslim brothers and sisters to approach these celebrations with utmost humility and self-discipline. Actions of some youth during Eid celebrations has painted the image of Islam in the bad light, therefore defeating the main essence of the festival of reflection, solidarity, and commitment to one's faith. al-Fitr, though Islam in nature, should be all-encompassing and inclusive, promoting interfaith harmony and social cohesion. I therefore urge non-Muslims to get involved in the celebrations in order to consolidate the peace and harmony we enjoy in this country. I want to use this opportunity to wish the good people of the Salaga North constituency the Eid Mubarak in advance. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, honorable members. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, I wish to make a humble contribution to the statement made by the honorable member for Salaga North. Mr. Speaker, Eid al-Fitr is one of the festivals celebrated per the Islamic calendar. Mr. Speaker, it marks the end of the 29 and sometimes 30-day fasting in the holy month of Ramadan. Mr. Speaker, it has a lot of significance, and one, being a month for celebration or a period of celebration, it brings a lot of Muslims together, and in this is a period to express gratitude and offer reflection on the spiritual journey that has been embarked upon in the last 29 or 30 days. Mr. Speaker, it's also a period of charity and generosity, as we are required by the holy books or the holy book of Quran to give charity on the said day. Spiritually, Mr. Speaker, the 29 or 30 days, by the time we end it, we would have been brought much closer to our Maker, and so it's a period of renewed spiritual commitment. Mr. Speaker, it's also a period of forgiveness and mercy. And lastly, Mr. Speaker, it's a period for unity and solidarity. Mr. Speaker, before I sit, I wish to also take the opportunity to once again express the gratitude of the Muslim community to His Excellency the President for adding another day to the celebration of the Eid festival. And so, Mr. Speaker, this year we are having 2 days. Mr. Speaker, not only that, right after the celebration, we will be embarking on the Hajj. And it is gratifying to note that the Hajj fares have equally been brought down. They have been reduced, and more Muslims this year would be able, inshallah, to make it to the holy month of Mecca by virtue of this contribution made by the President. Mr. Speaker, I humbly contribute. Thanks.
Yes, Salaga South.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to the statement made by my neighbor, the MP for Salaga North. Mr. Speaker, al-Fitr is the fourth pillar of Islam. And the Holy Quran enjoins every Muslim who is not of ill health and capable of fasting to commit and dedicate their iman to fasting for a 1-month period, which sometimes spans either 29 or 30 days. Mr. Speaker, within this period, the Muslim is enjoined to carry on our affairs, dedicating everything that we do to the Almighty, worshiping the Almighty Allah. In so doing, this religious activity comes along with a lot of humanitarian activities so that people who are not able on their own to travel the 1-month path of fasting get some assistance from relatives, friends, sometimes from our brothers and sisters who are not in the same faith with us. And so it is a month that gives off to humanity. It is a month that tests our resilience and our faith in our religion. And so I want to commend and celebrate every single Muslim who has been able to endure this month-long fast. Mr. Speaker, this morning I was at an event, a breakfast event, and there was so much food around. But I had to resist the temptation because holding on to my faith as a Muslim, I believe, is what drives all of us to greater humanity. Mr. Speaker, there are a lot of people in our communities who are vulnerable. And at this time, the more we give out, the more blessings we get to support our fast. As we get into the Eid celebrations, the same scenario plays out. There are a lot of Muslims who would fast, but then when Eid is knocking, they begin to wonder. I remember when we were growing up, when Eid comes, that was when most homes cooked rice, because we tend to use the Eid celebration as a day of nourishment. And so we eat a lot of meat, we eat a lot of rice, we take a lot of beverages to try and make up for what we would have given up in the month of Ramadan. So as the days close, I want to urge my colleagues here, if there is any way that we can support our friends and family members who we know or we think need some assistance, it will go a long way to help them in celebrating the Eid. Mr. Speaker, I can't sit down without thanking His Excellency the President for the additional holiday he's giving to us in recognition that on the first holiday, we are primarily going to the mosque and cooking. The second day is when we can rest. And so we are very grateful to His Excellency for taking cognizance of this and granting us this additional holiday. We are grateful. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. Leadership. But I want to say something. Okay, very, very brief.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to contribute to this statement by my colleague from Salga, Norfair. Mr. Speaker, the Ramadan season, among others, is a season that helps the nation a lot in many ways. One of the ways the Ramadan season helps the nation and the world at large is to bring about correctional behavior. Correctional behavior in the sense that it's full of preaching, various types of preaching in various masalaches and communities, such that the word of God gets closer to the people. As the earlier contributor said, it's a season that teaches people they need to give out to the poor, those who don't have anything to survive on, Mr. Speaker. It's a season that teaches us to be healthy at the end of the day. When you fast on your own, the gains are so numerous that, Mr. Speaker, that correction of your behavior and the continuous prayers getting closer to God manifest in one's way of walking and association with people. Much as we are celebrating this, and on behalf of our Muslim brothers, I know it is at low bar, the Catholics and other Christian communities are also involved in the season of Lent. How nice it is, how good a moment, spiritually, nationally, internationally, and everywhere. It is a time to reflect and to support our nation in whatever diverse ways that we can. Mr. Speaker, without much ado, we are not to congratulate ourselves for fasting because we are interfacing with God for some needs. However, those who are able to do it, we can still say congratulations. Those who have not been able, next time they join. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. Now, leadership. Very well, minority has yielded to Honorable Member for Finsu North. You yielded yours too. So we are giving. Yes, so that's what I'm saying, sir. Minority has yielded theirs too. So, Honorable Dr. Fred Asamoah, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I think it's no wrong that human beings in their time to go through such a thing. And in the wisdom of this House too had set up a committee to focus on chieftaincy and religious affairs, because religion has a role to play in everybody's life. And as the previous speakers have spoken, not only the Muslim brothers are celebrating and making sure that they are going through a month of fasting, which will be ended up with the al-Fitr. Mr. Speaker, we are wishing our Muslim brothers all the best, because we believe that this is not only going to help them get closer to their Maker, but it's also going to help improve on their health. I believe in this month, majority of them will end up losing some weight and probably bringing their cholesterol down. We believe that this month of fasting should bring us more peace as a nation and also bring togetherness as a nation. It's not one's fault that we have one is a Christian or one is a Muslim, but we live in harmony. We are a peaceful country. We have majority of us being Christian and a lot of us also being Muslim. Mr. Speaker, I will not end by not saying something to the people of Offenso North. I have a huge Muslim community in my constituency, from Nkwankwa all the way up to Afrancho. In the small towns, you go to Seseko, you go to Nyamebeche, all those towns in my constituency, there are a whole lot of Muslims, and we wish them the best, and they should know that as they pray and they come to the end of the month of prayer, the day of celebration should also be a peaceful one, to also make sure that we can benefit from the prayers they've been able to do throughout the month. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much. So can we now take the statement of Honorable Member for Akroso, Asen Akroso Manso.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I rise to make a statement on unaccounted electricity Company of Ghana containers at the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. Mr. Speaker, Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority is charged with managing, maintaining, operating, and controlling all ports in Ghana, including providing efficient port facilities and services, handling large portions of external trade, and serving as a regional transit hub. Mr. Speaker, the process of clearing goods from Ghana's port is a multi-step procedure that involves proper documentation, payment of duties and fees, customs inspections, and finally, the physical release of their goods. While the process is designed to ensure that all goods entering the country comply with the necessary regulations, it can be complex and time-consuming. The key agencies responsible for clearing of goods from the ports include Ghana Revenue Authority, responsible for customs clearance, assessment of duties and taxes, and ensuring compliance with Ghana's port import laws. Port Authority, Mr. Speaker, oversees the operations at the port, including managing the handling of goods, port charges, and facilitating the physical release of goods. Mr. Speaker, shipping lines, freight forwarders. Shipping companies and freight forwarders are responsible for transporting goods and issuing delivery orders. National Security and Customs officers also ensure the security of the port and inspect shipment for compliance with regulations. Mr. Speaker, an investigative report chaired by Professor Innocent Senor Aqua discloses that 1,328 containers out of 2,491 uncleared containers belonging to the Electricity Company of Ghana at the Ghana Ports and Harbour cannot be accounted for. Mr. Speaker, this is a major regulatory and security concern, and an indication that all the security department and government agencies charged with efficient running and accountability at the port are not working effectively. Resolving the issue of missing ECG, Mr. Speaker, containers at the port requires a combination of immediate corrective actions and long-term strategies to ensure accountability, security, and effective management. Mr. Speaker, there should be a strict penalties for theft or tampering, the introduction of stricter penalties for businesses or individuals caught tampering with, stealing, or mishandling of containers in any way. This will act as a deterrent and encourage responsible behavior. Mr. Speaker, there should be we should conduct thorough investigations, launch a comprehensive investigation into the disappearance of the ECG containers. This should involve port authorities, ECG officials, and law enforcement agencies to track down the missing containers and determine whether they were stolen, tampered with, or misplaced. Mr. Speaker, should hold the responsible parties accountable. If the investigation uncovers negligence, fraud, or criminal activity, responsible parties, whether individuals within ECG, port officials, or businesses, should be held accountable. Mr. Speaker, we should strengthen coordination with police. The port and harbor should collaborate closely with law enforcement to address the criminal aspect of the missing containers. Mr. Speaker, in conclusion, the issue of missing ECG containers at the port is a serious one that requires both immediate actions and long-term structural changes to prevent further occurrences. A combination of better security, stronger internal controls, collaboration with law enforcement, and greater transparency can go a long way in addressing the root causes of the problem. By adopting a comprehensive approach that involves multiple stakeholders, Mr. Speaker, we are urging Mr. Speaker to institute an ad hoc committee to investigate the missing containers and make recommendations to ensure it does not happen again. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity.
Very well. Honourable members, as usual, we will invite you from each side. Come again.
Speaker, given the very important nature of the statement, the sense of the House is that we do 3-3.
This is the sense of the House, the sense of your side.
Very well, Mr. Speaker.
Minority.
We say we do 3-3.
3-3. Very well. So 3-3. Is 3 inclusive of leadership? 3 yes. Inclusive of leadership?
Yes, Mr.
So it means 2, then I come to leaders. I want to be clear so that...
Speaker, we'll do 2-2, then leaders, but the minister himself is also here. He will respond to the issues arising out of the statement itself and comments from members.
Very well. So, where am I starting from? It doesn't matter. I mean, I'll share it equally. Yes, Honorable.
Thank you very much.
Honorable Ofosu-Kwakye.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I must express surprise at the statement just read by my colleague on the other side. Seeing that this is primarily a matter or a development arising from, if you like, poor management of the Electricity Company of Ghana under the tenure of the government that they formed, which left power barely 3 months ago. Indeed, there has been a sustained effort to twist the narrative and mislead the people of Ghana on the events surrounding the mysterious disappearance of up to 1,300 separate containers. Indeed, I'm happy that the Minister for Energy and Green Transitions is here, and therefore he will be in a position to shed further light on the matter. But the facts of this case, as they are straightforward. And indeed, those who supervised this uncanny disappearance of 1,300 containers containing wares belonging to the Electricity Company of Ghana should indeed be the last people purporting to foist some wrongdoing on the government that wants to clean up and sanitize the murky operations.
Honorable Fosu, hold on. Yes.
Speaker, I'm very sure the maker of the statement came under Order 93.
Yes.
And our colleague just made a profound statement that the incident occurred few weeks when we were in power. Speaker, he's prejudging the matter, and therefore he should revert his mind to Order 93.5. Speaker, he should revert his mind to Order 93.5. He has a time limit to comment, and his comment should not provoke debate. Speaker, this is a very this is a very important matter. We are all interested in it. Nobody knows the causa factors. We want to get to the bottom of it. But to prejudge and make that comment is profound. And Speaker, it's a rich comment he made. And Speaker, he should be guided. Speaker, I invite you to tell the honourable member that he should be guided by Order 93.5. And Speaker, I further pray you that comment of his should be expunged. It should be expunged from the records.
If you can help me, what did he say?
Well, he said, well, maybe I may not be able to quote him, but what he said was, the incident occurred during our time when we were in office. And Speaker, nobody knows that. Nobody knows that as a statement of fact. That is why we are calling for an investigation to be conducted. It's most unfortunate for him to speak the way he did. Speaker, he stands in breach of Order 93.5. He should withdraw those words and proceed and make his comments.
Yes.
Mr. Speaker, the incident has been investigated. Indeed, I believe that as the Minister responsible for government communications, he is seized with the full facts, and the report is within his bosom. Mr. Speaker, the full details of the report will be read in this chamber today. I'm surprised that the statement is coming from that side. That's why he's surprised. Anyone who is seized with the facts would not expect a statement of that nature to be made from anybody on this side. But since you have brought the statement, we will discuss the statement. We will discuss the statement. We will comment on it.
Very well.
We will comment on it.
Leader.
The statement is calling for investigation and then action taken. Mr. Speaker, we will present to this House the outcome of investigation already conducted and the action that should be taken. So, Mr. Speaker, I don't think that he is provoking debate.
Leader, I appreciate where Honorable Ano came and where you are coming from. Now we are under Order 93.5. It's a statement, and our comments will be guided now until the minister come fully with the outcome of the investigation. As it stands now, I am just directing the House based on Order 93.5. So, honorable leader, please, with greatest respect. Now, it's a statement a member read, and I invited Honorable Ofosu Kwache to comment. And once he's commenting, we are guided by this Bible of this House. So, for now, I will caution not, honorable member, please, for now, honorable member, please, for now, I'll not only caution Honorable Ofosu Kwache, I'll caution every member who will be given the floor to speak to be guided by Order 93.5 until the minister actually comes up with the outcome of the investigation. Please, I am going to be...
Mr. Speaker, the statement, the maker of the statement says that in paragraph 3, Mr. Speaker, an investigative report chaired by Professor Innocent Senyo Akwa discloses, ask the maker of the statement when. He wrote it, I didn't write it. The maker of the statement is sitting by you. He says that an investigative report chaired by Professor Innocent Senyo Akwa discloses that 1,328 containers out of 2,491 uncleared containers belonging to the Electricity Company of Ghana at the Ghana ports and harbors cannot be accounted for.
So it is the maker of the statement, who has told us that there is a report, an investigative report. Mr. Speaker, you can't make a statement talking about an investigative report and then tell us that we shouldn't comment on the report. And that when we comment on the report, it is provoking debate. Who brought the matter? We will comment on the report.
Honorable Leader of the House, you should rather help the chair to manage the House. And in managing the House, my Bible, which will be guiding me, is the standing orders. Honorable Leader, respectfully, I appreciate where you are coming from. But once I'm managing the House, I can only manage the House with the guidance of the Bible of this House, which is the standing orders, procedurally. That is what is giving us how to go about things. Once it's a statement, allow me to just get the comment without provoking any political or any debate. But subsequently, if the minister himself decides to come out, that one we will look at it from different angle. So, Honorable Ferris Ofuskwache, just be guided by Order 93-5. And
thank you, Mr.
let
Speaker.
your comment be brief and devoid of debate, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Again, I'm surprised at the reaction
His
of our
earlier
colleagues.
comment goes into the Hansard. And it's in breach of 93-5. Speaker, I implore you to cause those comments to be expunged from the record. And then he can proceed to make his comment. Speaker, he's in breach of 93-5. I insist. He's in breach of 93-5. Mr. Speaker,
Leader,
the maker of the statement admits that investigation has been conducted. He actually makes reference to findings of the investigation, and he didn't stop there, Mr. Speaker. He didn't stop there. The maker of the statement now calls for strict penalties. He called for strict penalties. And then he demands that we should hold responsible parties accountable. Is that okay? And then he goes to point accusing fingers and says that this is a major regulatory and security concern and an indication that all security departments and government agencies charged with efficient running and accountability at the port are not working effectively. These are his statements.
Leader.
These are his statements.
Leader, Honorable, go on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I'm on the floor. I am surprised again at the reaction of our colleagues on the other side. Mr. Speaker, there are notorious facts on this case that are already public information. The incident under reference or the whole matter occurred during the reign of the MPP when they were in government. Since this matter became public, there has been an effort to distort the information and make it appear like a novel development, that's something that has just happened. I am Minister for Government Communication. I am in regular touch with the Minister for Energy, and therefore I am fully aware of the facts. Mr. Speaker, I have the report before me. Mr. Speaker, I have the report before me, and we will tender it in evidence. They are inviting us to reinvent the wheel. They want us to do what we have done already in a bid to obfuscate the real issues, which is that, Mr. Speaker, there is flagrant abuse.
Be brief.
Yes.
I think we will give the minister the opportunity
to speak.
So be brief.
Mr. Speaker, the reaction of our colleagues suggests that they actually do not want the matter looked into. They don't want the facts to be made public. That is why they are obstructing me. But the point is that the maker of the statement has referenced the existence of an investigation, which investigation has led to a report. On what basis, therefore, has he come to demand another investigation into the investigation? You see, this is a house that is seized with so much activity that we should not be making room for needless replication of things that have already been done. The Minister for Energy has stated publicly that action will be taken on the outcome of the investigations. So I'm surprised that my colleagues on the other side do not want these actions to be taken.
Thank you. Thank
Mr.
you.
Speaker, to round up. Again, this is a matter that should be fairly well known to our colleagues on the other side. Because the minority leader, who I'm sure will have a bite, was the chairman of the ECG board. And so these matters are things that he knows about. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Honorable Professor Nyako.
Mr. Speaker, thanks for indulging me. And let me pat the back of the maker of the statement. Mr. Speaker, the fact that you are a minister doesn't mean that you are clothed with all facts. Mr. Speaker, ministers can get it wrong. Mr. Speaker, ministers can get it wrong. If you're a minister, you are not God. You are just a mortal, fallible soul. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, the Minister for Energy and Green Transition has been given different accounts regarding the missing containers at the harbor. In one breath, he said 3,000. Another breath, he said 2,500. Literally, he's saying 1,300. That is what the maker of the statement is saying.
Prof, hold on. Hold on.
Mr. Speaker, yes, Mr. Speaker, my colleague, Prof. knows I respect him very well. Mr. Speaker, colleagues ask questions in this house, and you direct ministers to come here and answer, meaning that you expect that what the ministers say carry weight. So when you say that ministers are not God, why would you ask a question to a minister? I think you should withdraw that statement. No minister this way or this way has ever said that we are God. The ministers are expected to put facts the way they are. So, Mr. Speaker, I want my colleague to withdraw that statement because nobody here said any minister is God. The ministers are supposed to. Mr. Speaker, hold on, Mr. Speaker. I am Minister for Roads and Highways. Why will you ask me a question to tell you when your road will be fixed if I'm not God? You should have gone ahead to do your own road because you expect that I can take decisions or I have facts. So you ask me questions because you know I have facts. So if you say that ministers are not God, I wonder why you ask ministers questions. Because no minister said they are God. So withdraw that statement. No minister said he is a God or she's a God.
Honorable, I appreciate. I wouldn't force him. If he's minded, he can withdraw. If you think you have to go on, just go on.
Mr. Speaker, this statement or comment of mine was not intended and it does not demean any minister. Mr. Speaker, we are all human beings, we make mistakes. So if my very good friend, Minister for Roads and Highways, if he wants to tell us that he is God, I'll give it to him. If he feels that he is God, he should take it. He should take it. But I said that we are all mortal, fallible souls. As human beings, we can make mistakes. So honorable, with respect to you, I did not in that comment demean anybody. I didn't. With respect, Mr. Speaker, the maker of the statement made a profound conclusion. And if you indulge me, this is what he said. We are urging Mr. Speaker to institute an ad hoc committee to investigate the missing containers and make recommendations to ensure it does not happen again. This is a beautiful conclusion. Until investigations are properly done and conducted, we cannot conclude by saying that because this incident happened during the administration of the New Patriotic Party, then you say that the government is complicit. At the Tema Harbour, those who work there, we cannot pinpoint their political color. There are some who work there who belong to any political party. Please, let us be very careful how we impugn improper motives in the actions of people. Mr. Speaker, the containers did not get missing at the Ministry of Energy, at the ports. Mr. Speaker, I will have commented on this man if my very good friend, Honorable John Janapo, has been consistent in his narratives. At the dispatch boss, I remember he said about 3,000, then later 2,500, then we are hearing 1,300. Is it not curious? Can't we, with these conflicting updates, suggest that proper interrogation must be done? What is wrong about that? So, my very good friend, Faris Kwajifosu, with all due respect to your office, let us tread cautiously. This government has been honored by Ghanaians to govern. Enough of the complaints, enough of the accusations. You must work. If you cannot do the work, we can do the work for you. Every day you are complaining. Every day, tomorrow committee, tomorrow this. What is this? What is this? Fellas, if you cannot do the job, quit. George Napo, my good friend, if you cannot do the job, quit. The NPP can do the job. If Muhammad cannot do the job, the president, he should tell Ghanaians.
Thank you.
And he should quit. Enough of the complaints.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks for indulging me. I'm grateful to you.
Thank you.
Speaker, the statement did not emanate from the Honorable Felix Kwajifosu. It did not. It did not. So he cannot personalize his comments. He cannot personalize the comment.
That is fine.
That portion of his comment, it has to be withdrawn.
That is fine.
It has to be withdrawn.
So,
Speaker, with all due respect, Felix is not in the center of this statement. He is not the maker of the statement.
It's well noted.
He personalized the statement, and that is very unparliamentary.
It's well noted. Well. It's well noted.
It has to be expunged.
It's well noted. So, I'll take the last one from here.
Yes, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
No, two from here, I come here.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, may I add my voice to whatever has already been said? Mr. Speaker, this is a matter of national concern. This is a matter that every serious Ghanaian should rise and call for investigation and punishment. Mr. Speaker, it is high time we ignite the spirit of patriotism and nationalism. It is high time people do not cause heinous crimes against the state and run under political parties or hide under political lineages. This is the time, all of us, and I believe that it is in that spirit that my brother rose and made the statement that all of us, whoever is found to be culpable, Mr. Speaker, the nation would have to come together and deal with that person. Mr. Speaker, many people would commit crime, and the only thing that they would use to save themselves is to go under a political umbrella, to say that because the person is an MPP, an NDC, a CPP, or whatever, this is a crime against the state. The port has authorities. The port has security. We had national securities over there during that time when those items got missing. Mr. Speaker, we would have to speak with one voice and say that we have to go wherever we have to go to get those people and punish. Yesterday, Mr. Speaker, when the Minister for Interior, the budget was read, I heard that we were lamenting about prisoners when they are in prison. The feeding, that is the amount that is used to feed them. We have many arable lands over there. Some of these people, when we get them, we have to put them in those lands to feed the state. How can you decide that something that belongs to the state, you would surreptitiously take it away, take it and enjoy it on your own at the expense of the state. Mr. Speaker, we have to get serious. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity.
Yes. Lastly.
Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity. And I want to thank my colleague for making this statement. Mr. Speaker, this is a major security breach, and we shouldn't joke with it. This is a major scandal. How much did we go to the IMF to borrow? 3 billion. Look at the quantum of money that is involved in this matter. Mr. Speaker, the honorable member is calling for this House to form a bipartisan committee to investigate this. I'm surprised that the Minister for the Information says that this is an old thing. 3 months into government, he's made no less than 20 statements. And he did not believe that this type of statement he needed to inform Ghanaians that this number of containers were missing. Government should take this as a priority. Mr. Speaker, if 1,000-something containers can be taken illegally from our ports, we are not talking of needles. We are not talking of small spoons. We are not talking. These are 40-footer containers or more, and over 1,000 of them are missing. Mr. Speaker, this is a major scandal. We shouldn't joke with it. It doesn't matter which government, and it doesn't matter which government it happens. It's a major scandal. It does not matter who pretend that the people who are involved should be fished out and punished. Yes. They are saboteurs of Ghana. It doesn't matter under which government. And we are not talking of government. The member didn't mention NDC government or MPP government. Don't let it be a banter between MPP and NDC. It will not allow this to happen. Anytime there's a major scandal and people are being punished, then it tends to be NDCs versus MPP and the real culprits get away. Mr. Speaker, we cannot allow this to happen. That 1,000-something containers are missing. The minister should make a statement to Parliament and inform the people of Ghana through this House exactly what the facts of the case are. What is it? What are the real facts? I've seen cutouts. I didn't see the minister. I didn't hear. I didn't watch the minister make statement. But they're accusing the minister that he was at the port and said that he has seen 3,000 containers. The minister, you need to clear those facts. You need to make those statements. It's important. It's important to the minister to tell us when he took over, if he went there, how many containers were there? The handing over knows how many containers were left for you. What did the ECG say? These are very important facts. Mr. Minister, don't joke with this. Because, Mr. Minister and Mr. Speaker, just this week, people cannot work hard. Ordinary Ghanaians are working hard to make ends meet. People are struggling to make ends meet. Women are working 24 hours to get a life. And people are just stealing. The finance minister, he was being tried for $2 million. Today, we are talking of $700 million. And somebody will get away with it. He could have been jailed. He would not have been finance minister. And today somebody should get away with 700 million, or a group of people should get away with that because we want to accuse each other. No, hell no. We cannot allow that. So I want the majority leader and the members on this side to understand that the maker of the statement is coming with clear conscience. All we want to find out is what are the facts of the case. What happened? How many containers were involved? Who are the people involved? Containers do not have legs. They do not have wings to fly. Nobody can carry a 40-footer container. How is it possible that all these security people there, it doesn't matter what time, and then these containers will move? First day 10 containers, the next day 20 containers, the next day 50 containers, to over 1,000-something containers. How? How is it possible? How is that possible? How is that possible?
So I say that we must find out exactly. It tells us something. Maybe something is happening at the port. Maybe something bigger is happening at the port. If containers can get missing, then you can imagine other things that are there. Explosives, drugs, different things. So, and the worst of all, arms. So I'm saying, and I'm supporting the maker of the statement to say that let's investigate in details. There is no report that we want in secret. Mr. Minister, we don't want any report that was conducted in secret. We want a public report. We don't know the people who did it. We don't know when they started it. We don't know when it was commissioned. We don't know who commissioned it and how this report. We want a public report. This is one of the biggest scandals. It's worse than the cocaine scandal. Let's get a public report and let Ghana, carry the people of Ghana along. If you go and produce a report that you alone know what happened, you never inform Ghanaians when it was started, what time they investigated, how they did it, who are the members, the people of Ghana will reject it. They'll say it is a cook report. Most particularly when the minister is accusing that it's NPP time, it's NPP time. It may not be true. It may not be true. I don't have the full facts, so I cannot say it's not true. But it may not be true.
Thank you.
So, Mr. Speaker, I say that I support that we should have a thorough investigation. We should have a bipartisan investigation, and we should find out the truth of the matter. I thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much.
Leadership.